Those ladies spoke to something very deep within me. And let me just say, if that had been the halftime show at the Super Bowl, this country would have had a nervous breakdown. But I can die happy now that I've seen Janet Jackson's breast. Oh, that's all I needed. That was all I needed for my life to be complete. And the reaction of this country is beyond. I watched every Super Bowl ever. And I watch it because of the halftime show. Because the halftime show will tell you just how far down the shitter we really are. Every year. Every year it's just gotten worse and worse. And I thought this was just spectacular. Completely incomprehensible from beginning to end. I had no idea what any song was or why the fuck they were singing it. And I was watching when Justin pulled the costume, and I did not see her breast. That's bullshit. The only way you could have possibly seen it is with HD TV, and it had to be 56 inches long. I had 36 inches, and I couldn't see it. But of course, they all went. I'll tell you what would have been a shock. One tit is a shock at this point in time. If a bear had jumped out where her breast was, that would have been a shock. Unbelievable, the reaction of the American people. And they've been just talking about it and showing it and showing it and showing it. First off, I didn't notice it because I was too busy going, what the fuck is she wearing? Where do you get a costume like that? And why would you put it on? And don't you have any friends? And all the worry is about the children. Everyone in this country forgets what it's like to be a child. You know what a 9-year-old does after that happens? You know what the effect on a kid is? The kid goes, I saw a titty, I saw a titty. That's the big effect. I've been lucky enough this year from September through literally through January to tour the country. I've been in at least 50 of the venues that are probably here this evening. And so it really is a pleasure for me to be back now because they asked again, and I said, now that I know you guys, nothing would give me more pleasure than running roughshod over you pricks. I was impressed before, but now that I see you in action, I go, what the fuck was I worried about? And I apologize for those of you in the audience who are upset by the word fuck, but I don't give a shit. In New York City, that isn't even a word, it's a comma. Just a few things. Just a few things before we get things started. After seeing your venues and watching you at work, I have to say that the fact that you don't do more drugs is a tribute to your Constitution. And if anybody has the right to just start shooting people, it's you guys. To move on a daily basis from a heavy metal band to a quilting bee is just beyond belief. And having to kind of deal with what each of their needs are. It really is. You guys, you show amazing patience. I would suggest to some of the venues that I'm at, if it smelled like something died backstage, bury it! Just don't leave it around so that I'm walking around going, I wonder where it is. Also, I did walk into one venue, and I would tell you which one, but I can't remember because after 50, I can't see straight. They said, there's where the bathroom is, Lewis. And I walked in, and there was half a toilet seat. Half. Like somebody just said, son of a bitch, and broke it. And I walked out, and I just said, I took 20 out of my pocket and walked to the guy in charge of the venue and said, here, I know it's tough on you backstage. Buy a toilet seat. Buy one. I know that those of you here from the East and the Midwest won't be going home. Why would you? Why would you? You're seeing the sun again. You're seeing the sun again. I live in the East, and I came out here 2 weeks ago, and I just, no, fuck you when it's warmer. And I know it's the coldest winter ever, because every time I'm walking outside back east, I don't have a thought. I've not completed a sentence in my head. I get outside and I go, you know what I'm going to do? Son of a bitch, it's cold! And nothing makes it worse than these idiot weathermen talking about the wind chill. It's 7 degrees today, but with the wind chill, it's minus 23. Then you know what, asshole? It's minus 23. Let's get this show on the road.